With the rise of artificial intelligence and the advancement in computer sciences in hardware department, having a secure internet connection is not easy, and you can access the worldwide information with no problem, with no issues. But it comes with an issue. Having a secure, having a private network. Without these things, you might lose your data, you might lose your privacy and everything. So if you are new here, welcome. Welcome to Future Insight. My name is Bob Abdul Rafe, and I'm a professional software engineer on a mission to inspire millions of web developers, software engineers, and tech enthusiasts. So today in this video, we will go through how you can secure your Windows operating system, your Linux operating system, and much more. So let's get started. So this is my Windows operating system. So Windows out of the box is kind of secure, but there are a lot of things that need to be done in order to make it good and workable and secure. So I made a cool cheat sheet. I have written a blog website that will go through how you can secure your Windows operating system, and these are the most 7 steps that I use to system. That includes installing the latest security patches, enabling the firewall, and enabling the Windows security features, adding some kind of biometric and authentication system, encryption your disk. Encryption, I cannot say encrypt your disk. It is the most important thing to secure your operating system. You're not just encrypting your OS, but you're also encrypting your data, which is much more important. So, and then backup your system. You need to create a backup. So it can be on Google Cloud, it can be on external disk, or and on anything. You can host your own cloud if you want. And seven, or most important, is debloat your computer. Windows is notorious for different kind of bloatware. So today we will go them for one by one. So first of all, installing the latest patch. So all you need to do is just update your system. You need to go in system updates. If you're on Windows 10, that would be different, but on Windows 11, system updates and check for the latest security patches. Do not install any new features because they will full of bugs and that will create a new hazard for you. But you can see I have a couple of updated. This is a security patch. This is not a security patch. This is a new feature update, so I won't be update, but I will be updating this Lenovo system and my Samsung electronic USB hub. So once you have updated your system, I would recommend install every single security patch. Then then you need to add some kind of firewall to your system. On Linux, firewall is through command line, but in Windows, you have to do it by GUI. So you can just go to into control panel and you can search for firewall, and there's your firewall. On my system, I've already enabled it, but it is not connected to any private network. It is connected to a public network, which is my home network. So you can turn off firewall by clicking here and there, clicking here, or if you do not want to use this, then there is another option for you in the setting. Then you need to go to setting and just type firewall, and it will redirect you to Windows security. Keep in mind that you need to activate all of these in order to make it work. Firewall is pretty important. It keeps track of all of um, your incoming and outgoing traffic, and I highly recommend that you should do that. So the next important thing that we need to do is you need to enable some security features. So enable, I have also made this blog post which you can follow along. There are a couple of screenshots for Windows 10. I'm doing a video on Windows 11 so that you can do it all easily with no problem and no hassles. So you need to enable the uh, Windows feature. So let's just go to Windows features, turn on or off window features, and there are a couple of features that you need to, I think so, you need to enable the .NET framework, and enable the media function. You need to enable PowerShell 2.0. You need to enable Windows subsystem for Linux. That is, I would say, pretty important. Once these are done, that's pretty much it. So the next thing that we need to do is add biometric encryption. So on Windows 11, it's pretty easy. Just go to settings page. When Microsoft had done pretty good job moving out of their component, legacy component from control panel to this settings UI, and they're still migrating, but just getting one day it will be complete. So let's just change our password, Windows security, uh, set up pin. I highly recommend if you have a fingerprint scanner or a facial ID, set that as your ID, set your pin, set your password. I would not recommend you to sign into Microsoft account because that's a hassle. So that pretty much it. You need to encrypt your drive. So if you're unfortunately I'm on Windows Home, so encrypting your disk is not a option for me. But you're on if you're on Windows 11 Pro or Windows 10 Pro, then you can use disk management. I will link a full tutorial blog down in the description below so that you guys can follow along and learn how you can encrypt your device. Backup your backup your device. That is pretty easy since Windows 10 or I think it was Windows 8. Backing back up your computer is pretty easy. Backup and sync your settings. You can do this through OneDrive. You can connect your own hard drive. I don't like to back up my computers because I tend to reset them and change and reinstall Windows a couple of months after. It's just a quick refresh and get the latest security patches as well. The one of the most important thing that is debloating Windows. So there is a cool utility known as Chris Titus Tech debloat Windows. It's a powerful and magnificent tool, I have to say. Also, you need to come to this website. I'll link it down below. Chris Titus Tech debloat Windows, and just copy this URL. And you need to open your terminal or PowerShell with the admin privileges. And once you have done that, let's just paste this, and this is a cool little utility. So let me give a warning up front that if you're not aware of what to do, then just don't click anything. All right, Mala, what I mean to say that just don't tick and just run everything. Don't do that. So if you want to install a couple of applications, you can do that. It's pretty easy. But I'm most curious about this tweak system and this update setting. So there are a couple of tweaks that I recommend. Run O. Some tweaks are run O and shut up, disable telemetry, disable Wi-Fi, disable history, disable delete all temporary files, run disk cleanup, or disable location tracker, disable home group, disable storage sense. I like hibernation, so I'll disable gamer VR and set services to manual. You need to turn on dark mode, and then you will click here to run this tweak. Already run those two. I have already run this tweak, so I'm not going to do that again. From here, there are a couple of things that I like. There are show file extensions. Um, Set the time to UAC for dual booting. Disable auto user control access. That is the annoying prompt that Windows asks you to do. You want to install this application? That will totally disable notification. Yeah, I don't like Windows notification popping up again and again. This is important. Remove all Microsoft apps. We all know Windows come with ton of bloatware, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and no matter what you do, you cannot remove them all. So even if you did not select any of them, I highly recommend you to do just this one. So uh, click on remove all Microsoft record and run tweaks, and it will go through and install everything and will remove everything. You do not want to remove Microsoft Edge. Even if I don't like Edge, it necessarily doesn't mean that you don't. But Microsoft Edge is the core component of this operating system, and by removing it, it will behave not so well. So I won't recommend you to do that. Once you have done all of this, you will see and then you will reboot your computer, and you will see that your processes, window processes, is will be down significantly. I have 189 processes because I have a lot of application. I'm running through Linux distribution, a bunch of application, so that's why it is quite high. But for a new operating system that you have installed, it would be around 89 processes. That is pretty good, to be honest. Once you have done that, then I would recommend you to go to update section. Now this is important. So their window updates are notoriously the worst. I cannot tell you that how many times it has screwed up, how many times it has slowed down my operating system. So I highly recommend you to do this. So uh, you need for a normal person, I would recommend just go with security updates. And what this will do is it will delay your any features update for 3 years, and it will install all of the security patches for you. So for example, if you're on Windows 11 22.h2, then you would be on 22.h2. You will not move forward to the next version of Windows. You will stay on that version of Windows. You will receive all of the security patches. After 2 to 3 years, it will prompt you to install that particular version of Windows. It will give you the choice, and it's up to you if you want to install or if you don't want to install. I will recommend that install it. Go ahead, everybody test out their distribution, and just you will be in green line. You can disable all of updates. You just shut down Microsoft updates, but I would not recommend that. Security updates are important for your system. And if you want neither, then you need to go back to your previous. Then you can just set to default, and it will move to disabling your, it will move to the original state. That's what I'm saying. So this is a cool little utility that I've used on my every system from a very long time. It's a pretty cool little utility, and that is pretty much it. You need to do these 7 things to make your system um, secure. Much, but a system is never secure. Like I said that, like in my previous video, that security is a journey, not a destination. So you need to be much more careful, and you need to get things down. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time.